Hello and welcome to the next Best Iron Stock. Today we have two contestants competing for the title of Best Investment Cupcake. We have Erica Doe, aka the Cupcake Queen, and Chris Jahn, aka the Sweet Smasher. We will see which challenger will dominate out of this dessert duo. Let's have a look and see what it really takes to invest in a successful stock.
When investing in a stock, I always like to set my goals. You should always keep in mind what you want your results to be. First, decide if you want to invest in a growth stock or an income stock. In our case, we don't have much time on the show, so we will be looking at an income stock. The initial goal of any stock is to buy low and sell high. Since we are looking at an income stock, we will not be expecting any big jumps in the stock's value, but just some quick cash. Income stocks have histories of paying consistently high dividends. On the other hand, growth stocks are new companies that have a lot of potential for success, but aren't always stable and might not become successful. They aren't always a safe investment because they aren't well established yet.
Good advice, Cupcake Queen. I'll keep that in mind for next time.
Next, when making a stock investment, you should really make sure to do your research. This usually includes picking up and reading the Wall Street Journal and checking out Yahoo Finance and watching companies and industries that you're already familiar with. It can also be helpful to turn on the television and watch some of your favorite shows, including the Nightly Business Report at 5:30 on KPBS, Mad Money, Fast Money, and On the Money. Fast Money really helped me because it taught me how to make money quickly, and one of our goals is the show. You must realize you must take more risks if you want higher returns.
Yeah, I heard that Jim Cramer, the host of Mad Money, is quite a character. Now, let's see what we should do next to make the best investment. Why don't you tell us some of the factors you considered when choosing ingredients?
Well, I always make sure that I find out how much profit the company has made recently. The ones I chose have made a lot of profit recently, so I expect them to be a good investment since the profit may continue to rise. It looks like the Sweet Smasher's choices have not made much profit lately, so who knows if they ever will. That doesn't seem like such a great investment to me.
Now, Sweet Smasher, what do you have to say back to the Cupcake Queen about that?
Hey, don't jump to conclusions, okay? Stock prices fluctuate wildly and the behavior of the market is difficult to predict. Like you, there are factors I consider too when investing. For example, I ask myself, there's a lot of close competitors. Is the company the only one in their field making a certain product? Then everyone will have to buy from that company and therefore will grow larger and profit a lot. Reality often isn't like that, however, and the time business may have big competitors.
You brought up a great point there, Sweet Smasher. Well, Cupcake Queen, what are you doing right now?
Oh, I'm just contemplating whether or not the products or services provided by the companies that I chose are popular and in demand. You don't want to invest in companies with an undesirable product or service, but rather a company with a service or product that is high in demand. I have a feeling I'm making some great choices.
We'll see about that. The common stocks I've chosen look pretty good to me.
How about you explain that some more?
Well, common stocks should show you a fraction of the company. They're directly influenced by the failures and successes of the company and are much more of a gamble. There's a higher chance of making profit, which is exactly what I want to do. The only drawback is that if I get a company that goes out of business and liquidates its assets, the preferred stock owners are paid back the money they invested before the common stockholders are. Preferred stock owners are only paid a fixed dividend payment, and I'm not sure I want that.
Well, I hope that works out for you. What else is there to know about making the best investment?
Budget! I feel this is one of the key elements in creating a good investment plan. Knowing how much cash you have to invest with will create an open relationship between you and your money. Some fundamentals to keep in mind are how often you will be making transactions, how often you will be putting money in, and how often you will be converting your stocks into cash. Make sure to always keep an accurate record of what you have spent and what you plan on spending in the future.
I wonder how many years I'll have to continue hosting this show until I can invest in quality stocks like those.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in a time crunch. This means that since we do not have much time, we need to make money fast. We're going to invest in income stocks, which tends to lead us to more conservative decisions. However, the more you may have, the more therefore purchasing riskier stocks. That's why we must consider a stock's volatility.
Volatility? Explain, please. Hosts like me aren't always as knowledgeable when it comes to terms like that.
It's simple, really. It relates to the 52-week high and 52-week low. Volatility is an indicator of the riskiness and potential for profit that a stock has. The greater the difference between the high and low, the riskier the stock is for loss and gain. However, if the difference between the high and low is small, there's little potential for either loss or gain.
You learn something new every day. Let's check up on the Cupcake Queen.
No one likes a tasteless cupcake, so make sure you have diversification. When planning what stocks to invest in, make certain you vary your investments among different companies and industries to spread out your money. That way, no single stock can wipe out your savings. For example, branching out your investments would be investing in banks, food distributors, and electronic companies, as well as alternate energy sources. This way, you will not have all your money tied up in just one category.
I wonder if the Food Network has its own stock. Well, let me decide on whose investing strategies were most successful. It all comes down to what cupcake I prefer. So that way I know which stock to invest in.
Oh man, the PE or earnings price ratio that I put in these cupcakes is pretty high. I hope they turn out okay. I also forgot to keep track of everything. I forgot to keep butter.
I'm pretty confident that I have the perfect combination of PE and EPS, or earnings per share, to make the perfect cupcake. The EPS was nice and high, and the PE was relatively low.
Alright, let's go put these cupcakes in the oven. This is a tasty cupcake. Let me try this other one. What are these? Nuts? Burnt? Ew, this cupcake is absolutely terrible. Didn't even rise. Looks like you literally did smash these, Sweet Smasher. GM is obviously not a good stock to invest in now that it's bankrupt. Perhaps the obvious winner, the Cupcake Queen, can tell us which stock would be a better choice.
Well, one of the companies I actually made bank off of was Apple. I figured it's almost summer, there's a new iPhone coming out, and students have to purchase new computers for college, and man was I right. I would recommend Apple for all of you investors watching the show tonight.
Alright, Cupcake Queen, thank you for the advice. You really annihilated the Sweet Smasher. Thank you for participating in this competition. You just received 10,000 shares of the stock of your choice. Well, that concludes our show for tonight. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next time on the next Best Iron Stock.